Hey everybody, hopefully you're doing well. Everyone say hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Everyone.
Welcome.
All right.
Guys.
Yeah, so assuming everyone can hear us, welcome to Rivals of Waterdeep, episode 67, or episode 7 of season 7. So we're there. We're going to go around the table and introduce ourselves, characters, pronouns, all that good stuff. Starting with Tanya.
Hey, my name's Tanya DePass. I'm Cypher Tier around the internet. I play your human paladin, Sleece Storio. Both my pronouns and Sleece's are she, her.
Hi everybody, I'm Brandon Stennis. I play Ren Leodon. Pronouns for both me and Ren are he, him.
Everybody, I'm Latia. I play your punchy murder bird monk Dahani, and my and her pronouns are she, her.
Hey y'all, I'm Masood. I play Gosrick Namrid, your rock gnome druid. You can find me on the internet. I'm a rude boy, and both of our pronouns are he, him.
And I'm Shreep Jackson, your DM, pronouns he, him, and various NPCs have various identities of things, including the Etten, which has 2 identities. if Gazrick decides to transform into one.
Oh, it's good to know. It's good.
Yeah. So let's give a shout out to the folks that have been supporting us through this Rivals ride. D&D Beyond, all of our digital character sheets and our source books, our dice rolling, all that stuff. Check them out at dndbeyond.com. That's D and the letter N, D, Beyond. If you are in the live chat, because we do stream live at noon on Sundays at noon Central. So if you're listening to the audio podcast or like the VOD, you're missing out on the giveaways that we have on our live channel. So if you are in the chat, we will be giving away some D&D Beyond source book content. So if you are in the chat, there should be a code word in that you can enter in and win some free stuff. Our dice trays and dice vaults are provided by Wormwood. That is WYRN. Sorry, WYRN Wood Gaming. And if you use the code RIVALS there, you can get free domestic shipping, so you can buy all your stuff at wormwoodgaming.com. Our dice are by level up dice, and we are part of their dice romancy program. So if you go to bit.ly/LUD Rivals of Waterdeep and you order any of their wonderful sets of dice, you will get us points in that program as Tanya is showing off, and then we can get things and then raffle those things back off. So if you want to get a little more physical, our notebooks are provided by the Rook and the Raven. So if you go to the rookandtheraven.com and use the code RIVALS, you can get 15% off of your order of your awesome notebook there. Eldritch Foundry, if you would like some minis for your campaign, if you go to eldritch-foundry.com and you use the code RIVALSDND, 10% off. And our newest friends, Stormcrow, if you want some coffee with some stats on it and some other stuff, you go to shop.stormcrow.com and use the code RIVALS. You can get 15% off all of the shirts and mugs and masks and cool type of paraphernalia that they have there. So, all right, y'all ready to start the recap or anything else?
Yeah.
Let's do
All
it.
right.
Oh boy.
So
Here
let's
we
go
go.
into a very special episode.
Oh dear.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Previously on Rivals of Waterdeep. Whoosh. Now I'm thinking about that like very special episode music when maybe Danny Tanner has to talk to Michelle
Oh my God.
about
No.
That little sad music.
yeah, exactly, like that sad music.
Wow.
And then they hug, and then they kind of like hug at the end. That did not happen last episode.
That's
No.
why you don't feed your dogs chocolate.
True.
No, there was no hugging last episode.
No, 0.
Yeah.
Unless a
So
sword counts as a hug.
Yeah, a murdery hug, let's say.
Murdery hug.
I don't think
So what happened, y'all? What happened in episode 6?
Well, Duo talked to ghosts.
Yes.
Let's start
That
there
was-
before
yeah,
we
that
get
was
to
a
the
little-
heavy stuff.
And the ghost had some sort of like otherworldly coldness associated with it.
So Ren convinced Duo to take out the Etten because the Etten had noticed something was behind it and turned around to go back into the tunnel. Ren convinced Duo, so he, with an air assist from Dahani,
Yeah, fastball special.
jumped on the Etten's back, rode him with his dagger in his back into the tunnel, and then you heard a big slam on the ground as if the Etten fell on the ground. You heard Duo talking, sounded like he was talking to himself. So Dahani and Gazrick went in to investigate, and he said he was talking to a ghost. Dahani rolled a nat 20 to see that it had the same outline as our cloaked friend from the manor. And then Gazrick also sensed that he was kind of tethered between two worlds. So he was in our world, but he was kind of like fading in and out at like a very quick pace. And then Duo did like confirm that yes, like this was the same person. And he feels like he's being haunted by this person. So what else happened?
I just remember there's the little Pokemon thing that happened with Duo, and I'm just like trying to convince Duo to go out there and fight stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
we learned
yeah,
how
I
to
mean,
multitask.
Yeah,
Yes.
multitasking.
Oh yeah.
that was a new language.
Yes, we did introduce a new skill in both Brandon and Rin's like repertoire to multitask. So that might count as a leveling up. I don't know. Yeah. What else?
I mean, Celeste did finally get her revenge on Siraj.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Davil's Darsong was trying his damnedest to get people to put their differences aside so that we can attack this area in the Sea Ward like together. But it was also clear that Davil and Zaraj did not get along at all. That as Zaraj was weakened, Davil had kind of taken over and was kind of starting to assert himself when this newly healed Zaraj was trying to, to like lead this meeting basically. And so they started talking trash. Celeste got in between them and kind of like laid it in on Zaraj. Celeste and Rin concocted a plan to double stab Zaraj, and then through some amazing rolls by Brandon, Rin did his Mission Impossible style sneak. And he did getting back. He did kind of mess it up by screaming and yelling. And then Celeste did a crit fail and like fell on the ground with Zaraj. Then it just turned into a battle. But actually, y'all did really well in the battle. I think the only one that got damaged was Rin. I think because I think that Davil like stabbed him in the shoulder. Dahani took out a bunch of ankles from the Black Network guards that ran in from the tunnel. They all got tagged up. Celeste was obviously concentrated on Zaraj. Right before Zaraj went, he kind of mentioned that he remembered everything from the day that Celeste's wife was killed, when he previously said that he didn't. So we don't know if he actually did or he was just saying that because he realized it was, that was probably his end. He wanted to get that little shot in. Yeah. And Gazric cast a spell on the tunnel itself.
Right.
Yeah, that like affected the rest of the Black Network people in the tunnel. But as we will see in the game, Duo was also in the tunnel.
Oh no.
Oh
because
shoot!
because he never came out.
Yeah.
So our friend Duo will also be affected by Gazric's spell.
It's just a
He's fine.
sleet storm. It does no damage. It just causes
Yep.
people to constantly fall prone. So it's
yeah.
It's like
Yep,
Bambi stepping onto the ice for the first time.
Okay. Yeah, just imagine that with the cobalt.
Yeah, exactly.
Get what's going on in the tunnel. Yeah, and then Selisa, Zaraj roll. So I had Zaraj roll, and he rolled a 2 and an 8 on his attacks, and Selisa rolled like 2 plus like 20s basically. So it was just as fate desired it. Selisa decapitated Zaraj, spit on his body. And we ended with the head rolling toward Davos Darsong as he looked down on it in horror. And that's where we ended. Anything else y'all want to bring up that occurred? No? Okay.
Well, Dahani said she was bored, but she's definitely not bored.
Yeah, I was
anymore.
gonna say that. Yeah.
That was a really good scene when everybody was deciding if we were gonna follow Davos' plan or not. Dahani was just like, I haven't done anything in 4 months. Let's
do
just,
something.
And like
We
she
did
was
something.
Yeah, but Dahani was attempting to do this inspirational, like, bringing together of people to do this,
I like this.
Oh my
to
god.
do this plan, but due to her amazing charisma stats, just didn't happen. But yeah, this was a big moment, y'all. I mean, this was something, like Zaraj was somebody that was introduced in the first season of our campaign, so he's been. He hasn't been in every season, but like he's been kind of like hovering around because we knew of the background that he had, with a younger Celise and her wife now. So yeah, it was I think that's the longest we've had a character that has met an untimely.
Yeah, that's a long one. Yeah.
Revenge is a dish best served cold. It's got a slow burn.
Yep, slow burns. Slow burn. All right, y'all ready to get down, or anything else y'all want to bring up from
Let's
last
do it.
episode?
I just want to ask: are we still in combat when we start? I think that is my first question. Yeah.
So I will tell you this.
Yeah.
When Davos sees that head roll toward him, he immediately signals toward the Black Network, and they all drop their weapons, and he drops his weapon as well. So, if you can continue combat if you like, and chop down these, or at least be able to get one advantage hit on these defenseless warriors that are looking to surrender, or you can, try to see what's up and see if you can reason or anything with them. So like all you hear is like a dad will say, enough, it's done, there are more important things that we need to work on.
Dahani's gonna keep her bow trained on anybody. So if they try anything funny, arrow to the ankle.
Okay.
Anybody else say anything?
No, Celise is just like, like, I think we said like the anime kind of standing there, back to everybody moment. That's where she's at.
Okay. All right. Okay. Clearly there were some issues which I knew of course. And Zaraj and I have had our issues, but I need to know. If we need to, if your anger at Zaraj comes to us, we need to know now, because I'm not willing to work with anyone that cannot be trusted for a simple task. We don't have to be friends, but we need to work toward saving our city.
And Sleaze is just like, I don't have any quarrel with you. If you listened, you'll see why I killed him.
Oh, I know why you killed him.
Then did you do anything to me? Anyone that I care about that you may have killed I don't know about?
No.
Then we're good.
Is everyone else good? As he looks around to the rest of y'all.
I'm good for now. Unless you give us a reason to have to fight.
Be good.
But I'm good.
Okay.
It feels like things have been settled.
Where's that kobold? Where's that little kobold?
Oh shoot, Duo is still in the hallway.
Do we see Duo? Because we're Tahani and Gosrick were like at least looking down the hallway.
If you're not like in the hallway, like you won't be able to see him, because he was pretty deep in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I will say, because you're close, you can hear what sounds like the faint version of like a sound of like somebody that is like trying to stand up, and then you just hear and you hear them trying to stand up, and then you hear so like that's kind of what you hear in the tunnel, but you can't quite see anything yet. Right? And then you hear, hey guys, oh. And then out of the tunnel, you see Duo walking as if he is not really walking. He's kind of like crawling. Like he is basically like going up and down. As are these like the remaining 5 like Black Network people that were kind of like in the tunnel as well. All of them kind of crawl out of the tunnel, and they look like they just can't keep themselves up. Like it looks very strange. Like you don't know, are they like bowing to you? Like are they? Is this some kind of submissive thing, or is there something else wrong? Gazrick knows though. Of what he cast on him.
I think I like undo the spell, so now it's just like the floor is now damp to allow them to stand up.
Okay.
Especially since they put down their weapons.
Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. So Duo, he as he stands up, he sees Zaraj's body on the ground. Celise, are you? Would you still be standing over it, or like would you have kind of moved? Would you say?
No, I'd still be standing over it, and actually so this is an out of character question. Would anyone of his group object if I searched his body?
You can try and see what happens.
I'm gonna try to search his body. Now the question is, did I open my character sheet? I did. Yay. Yes, I'm gonna do an investigation on checking Zaraj's body. I mean, it's more of a, does he have anything useful? Who knows?
Sure.
Ooh, that was not good. It was only an 11.
You find some hidden daggers, like you find some papers that have just lists of names on them. You don't recognize any of the names, but like you would assume that since his job was basically assassinating people, that these are probably the names of people either that he's meeting or the names of people that he was, assigned to kill. But you don't really see anything else. Like it's all things that you would expect to find on someone like Zaraj.
Okay. But like, no money, nothing else like that, right?
Nope. He's all credit for Zaraj. All Waterloo credit cards.
Wow. I figure an assassin would be cash and carry only, but that's just me.
I mean, it is the Black Network, I mean, they're a network of banks, and
fair.
ATMs all around Waterdeep.
All right. Well, I don't take any of that stuff. I just it's kind of like just a last fu. She like cleans her sword on his shirt before she puts it away.
Wow. Okay. All right. Duo. He stands there with his eyes open, and he says, like, "Well, I mean, what do we do now? Like, I mean, Zaraj was she was like a big deal, right? I mean, I took out the Eden, but like Celeste took out Zaraj, so like, what? I'm not sure what to do now. Like, and then he looks at Rin, and he is gesturing for Rin to come over to him.
Oh boy. Okay, what's going on, little guy? What's going on?
Okay. Hey, like you like see that like guy there with like the weird hair and like the blue shirt, and like he is kind of like discreetly pointing toward Davil.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mila says, "Hey, that guy has like a really big bounty on him, and like we bounty hunters, right?"
I mean, that is up for debate, but sure.
Right. So look, I don't have to do it now, but I think if we took him out, like it might be enough money to like save the man.
Oh boy. Okay. Well,
Right, that's the thing.
let's wait for the right opportunity. I think we should involve the entire group if we're gonna do this, because you by yourself is not gonna. I don't think we're gonna be. It's gonna be a good sign.
I mean, they're not bounty hunters though. We are.
Yes,
You
but you're
agree,
still
Ren.
very short, and I can't trust that you are going to take this person out because you haven't trained long enough.
All right. Well, just like don't tell anybody, okay?
Oh boy. Okay.
I mean, I don't want to like. We're gonna have to split the money a couple different ways now if we tell people.
I mean, well, that's true. Okay, well, let's just wait for the right opportunity to attack, and then I will allow you to attack first, and I will come behind if you need any guidance.
Okay.
I will once again be your cheerleader in spirit.
Okay. All right. Great. Okay. All right. Yeah, and like that was far away enough that no one else could pick that up unless you were specifically trying to listen.
No, I'm gonna drop my bow. I'm gonna put my bow away, and I'm gonna go over to Dabble, and I'm gonna say, so about that house, though.
Yes. Now I know this is a tense situation, but work needs to be done. We need to like unite our forces and take out. I think that cloaked person is here, like our spies have said it.
Wow.
Now I've rarely seen, so like this might be the only time that we have to actually take advantage of the situation. All right. Once he says cloaked individual, Duo kind of looks away from Ren and says like, "Oh, you mean that guy in the tunnel?"
What guy
What do you
in the
mean,
tunnel?
See, I like filling.
What do you mean the guy in the tunnel?
I like filling the group on the ghost because I tried to, but then we got into a murder rampage last time. But like I like kind of pull him aside and say, "Yes, you remember the ghost or the wannabe stand-up comedian from the Tenet show? They're in the tunnel." And I like look over my shoulder to where I see them and back to the group, and like at least the rivals, like under my breath, say, "I don't think we can trust them. There's something very odd and unsettling about them."
All right. And anybody respond to Gazer? Or
I'll
just take
say,
it noted.
Then I'll say, I mean, I will confirm what Gazrick said. Like, yes, they are. You know how when we saw them in the manor, they were definitely a solid person, and now in the tunnel, they're not a solid person. Like, I had to look very, very hard with my bird eyes, and all I could see was like a silhouette. And yeah, there's definitely something off about it.
So your bird eyes told you that
My special bird eyes.
Yes, you said bird eyes.
I did say that.
Alice, what do your bird eyes see?
Damn it, you ruined the joke.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Can't take
You're
Gosrick
taking
anywhere.
the kobolds to Isengard.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Gaz's character is the type that ruins jokes. Like, known in Icewind Dale as the gnome that ruins.
So that's really why Gosrick had to leave Icewind
Yeah,
Dale.
that's the
Ruined-
backstory. No one actually likes him. He's like the worst
God.
salesman.
That's hilarious. Yeah, so you start to hear a huge thump come from the tunnel. It sounds like the same thump that you heard before you saw that large two-headed Etten come through. But instead of hearing a thump that sounds like thump, 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 like there's one thing that's coming, like you hear like thump, 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 thump. So it sounds like a lot. Yeah. And the ground is shaking as you hear these thumps. Get closer.
Hey, what if we left though?
Is there another way out besides the tunnel?
Are you asking Dabble?
Yeah, I
Yes.
try to dabble.
Oh. No, that is the only way out.
Okay.
And so, like, just to set the situation, it's you, it's Dabble, it's about 5 members of the Black Network left. It sounds like quite a bit of. It sounds like those things, like you're not sure exactly because you can't see, but it just sounds like those thumps are like fast.
Is the tunnel wide enough for us to kind of skirt around it if it comes out?
I mean, you can definitely try. Like you'd have to roll if you want to like try to like kind of like avoid it, kind of like like maybe slide beside it or go or like slide under its legs, something like that.
You mean I don't have the Assassin's Creed parkour option?
you know what I mean? Like climb on one, flip off its shoulder, do the other one.
What if we hug the walls, and as they all come in and they see nobody's here, that's when we sneak behind them and leave?
If someone had a spell like say pass without a trace or some kind of group stealth or hiding spell,
I don't cast spells.
that would definitely work. Otherwise, you would all have to roll a stealth and all, roll a good stealth, or else.
I want to. Can I make a nature check to see if I can from the pitter patter of the feet, if I can discern if it's like if it's an animal or something with intelligence? I guess I'd like to see.
I'll say you don't have to make the check. You can tell that this was similar to the thump that you heard earlier. Now you can make the check if you want to be like definitive about what it is.
I'd love to see if I can like somehow use like nature tracking and things like that.
Yep. Yeah. Let's roll it.
Got a big 10.
Okay.
It's right in the middle. Yeah.
All right. I'll say that you can tell that it is a pattern that you are familiar that certain animals use when they are traveling in a pack.
Oh, so it's not just one animal. So I turn to him and say, whatever's coming, it's a lot. There's many.
Okay. All right. So as you say that, these things start to come out of the tunnel, and you see 4 two-headed Ettins,
Hey.
each with a Battle Axe and Morningstar.
Right.
They all
Nice.
look very alike. And they do not. They just kind of they like ran out, and they are kind of they're like near the tunnel. So like they like run out and stand in front of the tunnel, almost as if they're blocking the tunnel, access to the tunnel away from you.
There's four total Ettins.
Yes, 4 of them. And they're not like they haven't swung. They haven't like they like run in and then they stop.
Okay.
Right. And
Why,
then
though? I'm just, like Dahani's just like, why though?
Okay.
Like literally,
Are
she
you
just says that. Just why?
okay? As you say why, one of the Etten says, "Black Network go down." That's what one of the heads says, and then the other head says, "I say Black Network go down," and then like the other head says, "Black Network go down," and then they keep kind of saying that back and forth, like the two heads of like one of the creatures keep saying. Back and forth, arguing with itself.
Gosrick reaches into his bag and pulls out some ice spider meat and says a spell over it and breathes onto it. And I'm gonna cast Animal Friendship at 4th level, so I can cast to 3 additional targets. So
Okay.
I want to hit all 4 Ettins with it.
Okay.
All they need to do is have an intelligence that's 4 or higher, which I think they can.
Yes, they do.
And they need to succeed a wisdom saving throw, which for me the DC is 17.
So they need to succeed it. Or
Yeah, they
fail
need
it?
they if they otherwise must succeed a saving throw or be charmed by you for the spell's duration. So if they fail it, then they're going to be charmed for 24
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. Alrighty. Oops. All right.
Gosrick,
So
yeah.
3 failed, 1 passed.
So Gosrick hands the food out and goes, "Friends, there's no need to be mad. We're all in good company here. Please, as a gesture of goodwill," and like hands them the food that is now like essentially poisoned with this charm effect.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So through these Ettins come out, they start chomping down on this spider meat. And the third one, the 4th one is kind of like looking at them, and he starts like pushing them because he's not sure why they're eating the meat. So he's not like saying anything. He's just going up and just pushing them. He's like trying to push them away from this food.
So like know something's wrong, and then it's like, "Oh, friends, how do you enjoy your food?"
Food, good. Love food.
Good, good. I am friend of Etten, and I will provide much food. But it seems like your one friend does not care for it. Maybe you should subdue them?
Food.
And I want to turn the other 3 onto the one.
I don't know. Can you do that with that?
Let me look up what charm. So I don't know exactly what charming.
Yeah, I think
someone
charm
do.
just. I don't think you can like. I think you would have to do another like some kind of persuasion or.
I see.
or
Okay,
something.
cool.
I think charm just means that that they won't do anything.
friendly.
Yeah.
They
but-
just become friendly. I see.
Yeah. So I mean, if you wanted to roll if you wanted to try to do that, you'd have to either persuade or.
I'd have to persuade on them.
or
Okay.
Intimidate or
Yeah.
like some kind of charisma check.
It seems like your friend wants to take your food. Maybe put them out of the way. And I'll try a persuasion check. So
Okay.
+2 on a 10. It's a big 12.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay. They look at you and they keep on like just destroying this spider meat as they're getting pushed by the fourth one.
Okay, good news, rivals. 3 of them won't attack us, but I don't know about the last one.
Oh boy.
Maybe we can just try to sneak past the last one while the others are distracted by the food.
It's a good plan.
Yeah. I think I'm not good with sneaking, but I would love to try that idea.
Can we ask Davil if he's like gonna follow us as we try to get out of here?
Go ahead, ask him.
Is you and your black hand coming along, or are we meeting later? What should I don't really want to leave we should not leave them with the Ethans, right? It feels like they're going to kill the black hand.
Well, I don't know what they're doing. They usually don't act like this. We like normally have them in a certain area, and they're usually not this wild. So I assume that someone is either taking control of them or some sort. But he like gestures around to this room, which in addition to the map that's been over the slab, like like there's like other there's like other pillars and slabs with like different kinds of like things on them. And he says like, I have to protect this room. This is where we keep things that cannot be destroyed. So if you need to go, as I said, I will handle the Sea Ward myself. So
But you
do y'all want
don't-
to bounce, or do you want to
I'm ready to bounce.
stay with the Dabble and these other five black
So I'm gonna say the Dabble. So you don't want us to explore the house, though?
I would very much recommend that you stay. I mean, like, they don't look like they're causing any harm yet, so I'd recommend that you stay. But I don't want any quarrel with you. We already see what happened with our friend Zaraj here. So if you need to
Still
go,
bleeding corpse on the ground. We all look at it for a
Right?
moment.
Yeah.
I think no, we're good, or at least neutral. So
Yes.
I mean, I'm just concerned about these Ettins and the fact that they're like, network go down. That doesn't sound very good for you and your people.
Who are your enemies?
all right. As you say that, you see something emerge from the tunnel, and it looks like it goes through the Ettins, kind of like it just passes through them.
Yikes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and it is our cloaked friend.
Oh boy.
He walks through the tunnel, basically through these Ettins, and he is standing just in front of them, just looking at everyone. Davil says, "He's here! He's here!" And he kind of goes behind a pillar. And the Black Network guys that are closer to the tunnel than like he is move in. They pick up their weapons off the ground, and they kind of try to encircle this thing, a cloaked thing.
So if he phased through the Ettins, does that mean that he's still like somewhat transparent, or does he look solid now?
He looks solid.
Okay.
I'm gonna say to Duo, you seem to be able to talk to them pretty effectively. Why don't you go see what they want?
All right. Duo, he like looks at the cloak guy, and he says like, "Okay, like that whole thing that you were talking about. I think it's time to do it now. I think this is a good time to do it now.
What?
Now?" And then like out of his pocket, Duo pulls out a bunch of clocks.
No.
Throws them toward the cloak guy. Says, "I think it's a good time now."
What?
What?
And are y'all saying what to do? Or is that
Yeah,
just
I
like,
think
yeah?
the entire
Yes.
situation. Yeah.
He says, "Look, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got everything under control.
Everything you say makes me worried. There's never been a moment I haven't been worried.
I got everything under control. Actually, Gasrick, I think you're gonna like this. I actually think that you're gonna like this.
Oh, now I'm more scared.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
So he tosses these clocks over the heads of the Black Network. They all go. Weirdly, as they go over the head of the Black Network, they appear to form a bit of a circle around the cloaked individual. So they go and they stop, and the clocks themselves are floating in the air, in I guess it's more of an arch of an arch that's a surrounding. You all see that they have different times on them, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And as you see the one that's 3 o'clock turn red, Duo disappears.
Right. 3 o'clock is Duo's time.
Right.
Yeah, as you see the one go to 6 o'clock, Sleece disappears.
Hey, what now?
As you see the one go to 9 o'clock, Ren disappears.
Oh no!
No.
No.
And then the cloak guy's looking at Dahani and Gazrick as he realizes So he you see him rushing toward you, he kind of floats toward both of y'all.
Oh gosh.
And as he does that, it just kind of goes completely white for both of you. As it's gone white for every other person as they disappear.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, everything is white. After a couple seconds, though, y'all all see each other. But all you see around you is white.
What?
It looks like you're almost you're standing on something, but you can't see anything above or below or around you. It's just all white.
So we're waiting in the Animus for 14 to load.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just gotta test out some moves.
Yeah, I mean, there's tooltips on the bottom.
Yeah.
So,
do we appear in the order that we're sent, or do we all arrive there at the same time?
You're just in a group.
Okay.
You're not in a particular order.
Is Duo with us? Duo here also?
Duo is with you. Davil is not. So it's just the rivals. Okay.
Duo, explain.
What did you do to us?
Well, I thought I said this already, but so part of the thing that I got with the ghost guy is that he need a favor, in this whole part, this whole part outside of a water deep. It's where Gazrick's from, this really cold area, right? There's some things that they need us to do, and then I get the a mana back and all kind of good stuff. So so that's where we're going.
What did you sign us up for?
Wait, I'm going home?
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly where you're from. I mean, it's the general region of your home. I don't know, if it's your house, we're knocking on the door, but it's in that area.
This is not good.
So, you hold on. Let me try and compile all of this information. You made a deal with the cloak guy to send us to Icewind Dale for a favor to get the manor back.
Oh, I mean, technically Gazrick asked y'all to help him with his problem, right? In the thing. So y'all already agreed to this because Gazrick said, hey, I'll do your accounting if you help me, come and slay this god or whatever. So I would just, I saw y'all agree to that. So I assume that, it was already a thing.
Oh my
so it's not
god.
I'm making up something.
Duo, do you know the saying about when you assume things?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the saying?
No, actually, I don't know what that saying is. Can you repeat it for me?
When you assume things, you make an ass out of you and me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's the letter U is the U? I'm talking about you?
Is there a snowdrift I can just dunk Duo into?
Oh yeah, is it
Well,
cold or are we like?
So
or is it-
like you're kind of in like a white void. So you're not in
Okay.
like a like you're not in like a physical place. Like
Yeah.
it just looks like white. It's like you're loading into the Matrix,
Cool.
and like you just
Cool.
see only white,
Guns.
Yeah.
We need guns.
and then a whole bunch of
Yeah.
guns just come through and wreck.
Yeah.
And there's a woman in a red dress that you're not supposed to look at.
So, Duo, where are we?
I don't know. But
You
like,
don't-
I know that we're head. But like, I mean, look, my whole thing is like they said they could get us to Icewind Dale. Like, we're not gonna walk there. Like, that's like really far, and like we don't really have any transportation. So
And you
this
do
is
not
probably some
question.
kind of.
You do not question the power of just taking us to Icewind Dale, or why someone would put us there. They could be
Well,
working with the Frost Maiden. They could be doing any sorts of harm to us.
Oh no, we've handled a lot of different things, right? So I mean, like we've handled like big demons, grots, Haruman, Bavius. I mean, like there's been a lot of things that So I have faith in us, and then as he has faith, now you start to see the like whiteness starts to like fade away, and you are in a enormous snowbank.
Oh God.
It almost looks like you're on like a cliffside.
Oh.
And but it also looks like somehow you are dressed for the occasion. So you have on like big heavy coats. Not sure how, but like y'all been adorned with
I mean, this is
like big North
considerate,
faces.
at least.
Mhm.
Everybody
I do not
got
like
a
the
bubble
cold.
goose
Yeah, we got it's a real fox fur along the side. Yeah.
on. yeah, everyone got a bubble. Everybody got a bubble coat.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just snowing super, super, super hard.
Okay. All right. Can I make a survival check or nature check? I just want to figure out where we are in relation. If
Yep.
I can tell by the
For sure.
topography.
What is this white nonsense?
Yeah.
It's called snow.
It's called snow. It's
I
terrible.
don't like it.
It's everywhere.
reminds me of-
Gets everywhere. I got an 18.
Okay. All right. And like you're like just like
This is a nature
Trying to
check,
see
so
if-
I was just like trying to figure out based on the
Okay.
geographic, like if from the skyline I can discern like where we are, or if there's
Mhm.
like, yeah.
yeah, you can tell that you are right outside of the main center of Icewind Dale, called Bryn Shander.
Mm.
So like this is like a very it's like kind of off the path a bit, but like this is where like you would go, maybe like a short walk to like get into the like main like settlement
Mm.
that like connects Icewind Dale to the rest of the sort of place.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
So I'm assuming you share this with people, or do you,
Yeah, I tell everyone
keep
like
that to yourself?
we cannot stay here. Even with this gear, we will freeze in a matter of hours. We must make it. There's a town not too far. Follow me. And I start like trudging in the snow, which is for everyone else probably up to their knees, and to me it's like at my belly button as I'm like walking through it to make a path.
Yeah, but like you are used to it.
Yeah.
So like you're like Dahani, I would imagine, is definitely having some trouble.
There's no snow in Chult.
I mean, you could try to fly and see what's up with that, but those
That
wings
grin
are
is not
coming
why.
out.
Why did you
Those
say it
wings-
like that with that smile?
Right?
No, her wings are pinned so close to her right now.
Yeah. How does Rin? How do you react to
I don't
being
like
in the
this
middle of this?
at
bunch of
all. I'm getting flashbacks to when I was transporting through different seasons. I want to get out. I don't like this. It's too.
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah.
like it.
That's a good point. You might think this is something similar to Nightstone, yeah.
Mhm.
Where
Be a
we
little
had
scared.
some weather issues for sure. And Celise, how do you react to?
Celise isn't like surprised by snow. She's actually like kind of quiet. Like she has not had a chance to really reflect on what she did with Zaraj. But she's just like, I'm not freezing. Gosrick said there's a town. All she wants to do is find an inn or maybe even the local temple for paladins and see what she can do there. But she is quiet, but she's like, I got a coat. I don't know where it came from, but weird things have happened. You know, she's from like the southern Tarami people who are not surprised by snow. You know, she spent winters in the midwestern part of Tarami, and she was okay.
I like it. Ice fishing out there. And all that stuff. Sweet.
Cheese curds.
Getting them curds. That's what's up. Yeah. One funny thing I've since I moved to Wisconsin is a lot of people say like, "Oh, I'm going up north," or "I'm going up north for the thing," and I never know what they're talking about. I thought they meant like anywhere in northern Wisconsin, but apparently there's like one place that everybody goes. Like, one island. I think it's Washington Island. That's like near the Michigan border. So up
like,
north, I didn't know if people meant like they're going to Canada. I don't know. Or they're going to like.
I mean,
going to Minnesota. Like that's about it. Yeah.
It could be a bunch of different places, but apparently most people in Milwaukee, when they say up north, that's what they mean. One particular place. All right. So as Gazrick is kind of clearing the path for folks, you start to hear a bit of a rumble. That rumble is not coming from Gazrick's cat. It is coming from above you. You start to hear a bit of a rumble, and you see, there's snow everywhere, right? And you start to hear a bit of like a rumble. Gazrick, you would recognize this as what sounds like it could be the beginnings of a avalanche.
Okay. We need to go. We need to go now. Because, yeah.
Everybody roll initiative.
Oh,
dang nabbit.
Yeah, I'm never getting a long rest ever. Is that? I feel like. Shoot, I got a 2.
Wait, I don't need 20 D9s. How do I undo it? Okay, there you go.
Oh my god, you passed your bad luck on to Celise. She only got an 11.
Yikes.
Okay.
I got a 7.
20.
All right.
Not thank goodness.
20. Okay. And I'll roll for duo.
Duo should just sacrifice himself for the greater good.
I think so too.
I don't think he understands those words. Greater good or sacrifice.
Oh, he doesn't. Those are absolutely not words that he believes in.
Okay. All right. So let me explain to you the way avalanches work.
Oh boy.
All right. So I just rolled a d6, so that means that this avalanche is 1,000 feet above us. All right.
Okay.
So twice each round, the avalanche is going to drop 300 feet. Okay. So like at like initiative of 10 and 0, it's going to drop 300 feet, and then you can move your movement. Well, like you can do like whatever you want during your turn, but I would assume that you want to get away from this avalanche.
Absolutely.
So what that means is that so like Dahani and Celise, y'all are able to make a movement before the avalanche drops anymore. So Dahani, how would you like to move?
Are we able to see anything ahead of us that we can use to kind of shield ourselves from the avalanche?
Yeah, you can see that. I mean, the like path like in front of you goes pretty far. You can see that the snow that's above you is only part of that path. So you know that if you move ahead enough, that like you would be out of the
Okay. Then I'm going to grab Gosrick and I'm going to use a key point to Step of the Wind and dash.
Okay.
So, is our movement impacted at all by the snow?
It is not impacted. It is not. It is not a blizzard.
Okay.
So
That's good.
it's snowing and it's cold, but I wouldn't say it impacts anything.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm going to I'm gonna grab Gazric and move him with my dash. I'm gonna move him 45 feet up.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna come back so that I can do it for someone else next round.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. I love it. Okay. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
actually, with my action, I'll do it for duo.
Nice.
Okay.
So my whole turn is movement.
Okay. All right. So you're moving both Gazric and Duo 45 feet.
45 feet ahead.
Else, yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Yeah. So you want to describe that, or is it pretty basic? Just you
No,
pick 'em up?
it's pretty basic. Like, she tries to open her wings, but the wind is too much. Like, she gets that, like, they get caught up in the draft, and she always gets pulled back a little bit. So she's like, and she closes them. And so she just, like, football carries both Gazric and Duo ahead, and then plans to come back and assist as necessary.
Okay. Awesome. Love it. Celise.
I'm gonna try to Misty Step.
Okay. Okay. How far is Misty Step? What is the?
Misty Step, I believe, is third. Hold,
'Cause I think it's
please.
farther than that. I think it's.
Yeah.
I'm
No, it's up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space. I can
Oh,
see.
I thought it was farther than that. For some reason. Okay. So you just want to Misty Step forward?
Yeah. Can I take
Okay.
anyone with me? I forget. Nope.
Not
I
with
will
Misty
say.
Step.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Yeah, even at second level, I can't take anyone.
But like you can move 30 feet, so really Misty Stepping isn't really giving you any advantage here.
Can you do your movement and Misty Step, or like those two things you can? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so yeah, you could use your movement and then use Misty Step at the end, so that you can move 60 feet.
Okay, then I'll do that. I was just trying to like get away from the avalanche.
yeah.
All right, I will take my movement and then Misty Step the additional 30 feet.
Okay, great. So then you're a little bit ahead of Gazric and Duo then. All right, so after that we're under 10, so that means that our blizzard, our avalanche is going to fall 300 feet. So now it's 700 feet above you. And let's go next. Duo. All right. So Duo, he's just gonna run. He's just gonna try to run. He's like, I don't know what's going on. So he's gonna move. And with his movement of 30 feet, he's actually gonna be out of the range of the avalanche. So he's safe. Rin.
I mean, I don't have any powers that will like magically move me, but could I jump and then ask for help in this action? Like jump,
Like just jump up, just like
help! like get somebody to get me.
I mean, yes. I don't know how effective that will be.
Or because if I try to, I don't have like range like that. I don't think. So, like,
I mean, you could just run.
Yeah, you can just run.
You could just run. You know.
okay.
and
Yeah. Let me.
It's like move your 30 feet.
Yeah. I'll run. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna book it.
All right. Yeah. You could also. I mean, I know you have some fire spells. You could try to.
I don't know. Wait to try to make it out.
You could try to melt an entire avalanche.
I don't know if I have that kind of power, though.
I'm just saying you could. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that there's a lot of as I always say, if y'all propose something super creative, I'm always gonna be like, look, let's find a way to make it work. So
Do it.
With my history with fireballs and things, I don't trust myself to actually hit correctly.
But Rin, you learned the power of multitasking last week.
That doesn't mean that I can multitask into an avalanche.
Well, I will tell you this: because of your multitasking, I will give you inspiration from the multitasking from last time.
Okay.
Because that was pretty awesome.
Okay.
So if you want to try some fire scheme, you will get advantage. Well, you could use your advantage on whatever you tried to do.
Okay, so I'd be rolling a d20 and then do the.
You would just roll just like whatever your spell is.
Yeah.
Right. And if it's a bad roll, you can roll it again.
Okay, here we go. A 15.
Okay. All right. Tell me what you're trying to do.
Okay. I still like to jump, and then
you can jump if you want.
Jump, and then realize, oh wait, I do have fire that I can use to try to destroy this avalanche, so it doesn't hurt anybody and myself, because I'm worried about myself getting attacked. But then, but I had to worry about other people too as well. But I'm caring about myself, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
You're
with
having this conversation with yourself in the air. I love it.
Yeah. And then he's like, starts building it up. He's like charging it up like a little spirit bomb. And it's like, wait, it's coming from above, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then, he jumps one more time and then shoots it.
Okay.
As he's like, I still need help.
Okay. Are you shooting it straight up? Are you shooting it? Because the avalanche is about maybe about 70 feet long, right? So which is the reason that duo was able to escape it.
Yeah.
So are you shooting it above yourself, or are you shooting it above anybody else?
I'm gonna shoot it above myself, because right now I'm still gonna be in trouble. I'm just trying to avoid as much damage as possible if I don't do it too.
Sure. Yeah. You shoot this fireball above yourself. You see this ball of fire just impact the snow, and it starts to melt it. So now what you previously saw above you, which is a huge mound of snow, has now been melted. So now you're essentially being
water.
Yes, you are being rained on. Now.
Oh boy.
Only you though, because it was only part of snow that was above you. So now you're have some freezing rain.
Great. It's gonna get even colder, which I already don't like. So that's perfect.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, Gazrick.
I look back and did Rin move at all, or was it just?
No, I'm still sitting there.
You're still sitting. That's what I wondered. Did you just cast a fireball and stayed there?
Well, no. He moved vertically. He jumped.
Yeah, I just
but he did not move horizontally.
Yeah.
And also will say, get Gazrick, you saw Duo run in front.
Yeah. And
you saw him just based on your knowledge of the area, you know that he's now clear.
Right.
So you could either follow him or try to help someone else or do something like that.
I think I want to follow him with my movement, and then I want to cast Spike Growth once I'm out of range. It's got 150 feet on it, and it's a 20-foot cube, and basically the ground in a 20-foot radius centered at a point within range twists in hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the blah blah blah. Mainly what I want to do is kind of want to make a shelf extending out, growing from the ground, so when the avalanche hits it, it goes up and over. And yeah.
So instead of using that spell on the ground, you're trying to create a surface above, like a roof, an awning kind of above them?
I imagine it, it's on a hill, right? So I kind of want it to jut out almost perpendicular to the ground, So like when the snow hits it, it goes up and over. Like I'm creating a shelf of earth almost out of these spikes.
Well, first of all, the fact that you said perpendicular gets me happy.
I get inspiration immediately for that. I know it.
I'm excited. All right, yeah. So, do you have to? Is that a roll or are you just gonna
it's a concentration spell, so it takes time. It's no roll because all it does is change the earth. Like the earth isn't resisting it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tell me how you do it.
So the material components are 7 small twigs or like 7 sharp thorns. So
I'll say you have that.
Oh no! It's in Gazerk's beard. He like starts pulling out like twigs and like bits, and like once again like smashes them against his hand, and with the thrust like kind of blows it and throws it along the ground. And as the like thorn seeds land, or like the bits of thorns land, from there the vines and like spikes erupt and kind of form like this like thorny shelf.
Okay, cool. All right, so as you do that, I'll say everyone is safe because y'all all have this thing that's above you, and I'll say that it does the job, so everyone can walk freely as they see like the snow like begin to like hit it and basically curve off, so the snow is falling to the right of you as you're walking through. So y'all can walk freely onto Bryn Shander. Any reactions to Gazerk's ingenuity there? Pretty cool.
I'd clap, but I'm afraid my hands will get stuck together.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's okay. It's very cold. Now we can take our time, conserve energy. And I look, and Duo's probably walked straight ahead of us to not keep with the group. Right? Is he still moving? Or
he basically kept walking.
Okay, and now we have to catch up with Duo. Ugh.
So, but as he's walking, you see him. Looks like he's turning and talking. Like he's talking, and then he's like turning, and then he's talking again. So he looks like he's having a conversation with someone.
I think our friend is still with him.
Didn't we come here to get away from that dude?
Yeah.
I think he sent us here.
What's his reasoning? What motivation could he have of taking us so far away from Waterdeep when we know he was the danger to our city? To your city.
I don't know, but I don't trust this. I mean, Duo's already caused all of this mayhem, and he's still talking to this guy.
Right.
Duo needs to learn some responsibility, man.
So as you're walking and you begin to see a building form in the distance out of the snow, and the first thing that you see is this huge shield on the side of the building, and the building has, it kind of looks like a deer with black antlers, but like the body of the deer, it looks like a golden piece of wheat. So it looks like a yellow piece of wheat, and there's black antlers that are coming off of it, and the background of the shield is like all white. Gazerk would recognize this as like the symbol of Bryn Shander.
Can I make a history check of what I know about like the city, or like what their people, or like how welcoming are they to strangers is basically the question I want to know. I got a 9.
You would know that Bryn Shander was created originally as a trading outpost, like a long time ago. And even though it's grown to be more of a major town, there's still a attitude of like mercantilism. So like people, they might not be like super nice and friendly, but like everyone knows that when people come, that they're coming for business.
Okay.
So like people in general are willing to help folks as long as they think they can get something out of it.
I want to relay that to the group. I was like, I know a lot of you have not been in my land, but this city people will hustle you. People will try to hustle you as soon as you get in. So there's a lot of people selling fake goods, a lot of people wanting to use you to your advantage. We just got to stick together and we'll all be fine. Where is Duo? As I realize that it's still just us again without him.
He's up there.
Oh no. It's like trudging my like tiny self. in the snow.
Are you trying to get like closer to him?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll say you are able to get enough of a place to hear him, and you like hear him just talking about Trollskull Manor and like collecting this money, and how he convinced everybody to go in on this plan. That's kind of what you hear him like talking about.
And I like walk up to Duo and be like, "Oh, Duo, I think it's time we travel as a group. We see it's not safe to be out here."
Oh yeah, group. Yeah, I'm well on this. I mean, together. So yeah, I agree with you. I just had to walk ahead because I'm trying to scout. I'm trying to make sure that that there's nothing here, and like I know you're from here, and like technically I should ask you to scout. But but like our friend here seems like he knows his way around.
And our
Please
friend
as well.
here, has he said why we are here?
We just gotta take care of some things, and like those things are gonna like affect Waterdeep like later. So like we're just trying to take care of like the root of the problem.
Well, I know we would feel safer if we stuck as a group as we moved and kind of grab him by the hand and double back to the group.
Okay.
And it's like it's very easy to get lost in a snowstorm, to be separated. So it is also safer as we go into the city. Someone's going to swindle you, Duo. You are very gullible. So here, your master partner might help. And I like walk him up to Rin. And like put his hand in Rin's hand.
Okay.
Yeah. So just hold on to your buddy. Everyone got a buddy, all right?
All right, we're not losing anybody on this trip.
No.
It's a buddy system. I like it. Yeah. All right. So as you get closer to this building with this massive shield on it, outside you see just a huge lot of soldiers. So essentially a legion of soldiers that are all in front of this building. They're all dressed kind of similar to you in these like huge like overgrown coats and stuff, but all these folks have weapons. They all have like weapons, and they look like they're like sort of like in the ready. And you see them sort of like switching positions. It almost looks like they're doing drills. And you see one person in front that is wearing a blue shirt. Surprisingly, it doesn't look like he's wearing anything on his head. He's like dark skinned, bald, has a gray beard, and it looks like he is leading these soldiers in these drills.
Okay. Question: what language would be spoken in Icewind Dale?
For all intents and purposes, which means that the DM did not look that up, they are speaking just common.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not think about that. Yeah. You like hear, who goes there?
Oh, just some merchants traveling in the cold.
Merchants. Welcome. You must have a drink with us.
I like turn to the group and be like, no, we just got almost killed by avalanche. We'll find an inn, maybe drink later.
Well, the avalanches. I mean, I'm assuming if you've made it here that you're familiar with our land. I mean, I'm assuming that you came from dog sled, maybe, or snowshoes, maybe. There's, I mean, avalanches are just a way of life here.
Oh yes.
Please come join us. I insist.
Is it warm? Is it warm there?
Yeah.
That,
Oh, very warm. Very warm.
Okay.
We always treat our
merch.
merchants well. Because we know that your business is what keeps us thriving.
Just be,
I'll go in. It's warm. Might as well enjoy the time.
just be careful if they try to feed you something. All right.
Okay.
What do you eat here that we can't eat it?
Well, I don't know, but I don't like these. I don't trust militarized defense. All right, I don't like it. They're already out here. It just feels like they're going to. It's gonna bait and switch. Just be careful. That's all. That's all.
All right.
fair enough.
All right. So, is everybody heading in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Duo is tagging along as well. All right. So, as you go in to this building, you pass like several stations of guards. Think of like you're entering like a castle. There's like gates and there's guards like at the sides of like each gate. As you get further and further, there's like more and more guards, right? But all of a sudden, when you pass the last group of like a guard, you're in essentially what looks like this huge mess hall. I mean, it kind of looks like a cafeteria. I mean, there's like tables and tables, and it's not only guards that you see now. You see like huge groups of like different people eating and drinking and laughing. There's like several people with stations in like the corners that are selling things that look very similar to like the station that like Gazrick brought to the manor. So like there's like a people that are like selling all kind of goods and meats and weapons, and it's very, very loud. You notice that as you walk in, actually roll a perception right there.
That one goes in the dice jail.
I got a 19.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
Also got a 19.
Oh.
I got perception. Where are you? 17.
Nice.
All right. And Duo got a 5, so he's off
That
in his
makes
own
sense.
world. Y'all all notice that there's 2 people that are trained, that their eyes are trained directly on you. One is that gentleman that was leading the drills, because like he was like walking like with you as you were going in, and like now he's like kind of stepped to the side, but he's looking like just like he's just lasered in on all of you. And another person is kind of like sitting by themselves, and it just looks like this really, really elderly dwarf. And you can't quite get a good look at them, but you see that they could possibly have some kind of injury or like a scar on their face, just like smoking their pipe, with like some like drinks. They're the only person in this whole place that looks like they're alone, and they're just eyeing y'all. They're especially eyeing like Gazrick, but they're also eyeing everyone.
Do they look? I mean, do they have that kind of like you can tell their hands about to like touch a weapon look, or are they just like y'all are strangers, you don't belong here?
You can't tell that they're going for a weapon. They have weapons for sure. The dwarf looks old enough that, I mean, they look really old. So like, I don't think they are be that much of a threat, especially to y'all. The dark skinned dude though, he is like young. And, well, he's not young, but like he looks like he could be a threat if he tried to like actually attack y'all. But like they're just looking at y'all, so like they like don't like have their hands at their hips or anything like that.
Okay. I'm gonna. Are we all like getting? Are we getting herded anywhere by that one person that insisted we had a drink?
You got herded into this room, and then you're kind of like just there.
All right. Well, if there's okay.
So like they're not like kind of guiding you in anywhere here.
Okay.
Is there
like
a fireplace?
Yes. There's a massive fireplace in the front. It's the most crowded because obviously like that's where people are going to like warm up. But yeah, there's like a pretty massive fireplace in the middle.
I'm gonna scope out a spot next to the fireplace and turn my back to it and open my wings and let them dry.
Okay, all right. As you open your wings, you know what? Roll. Let's see, what would you roll to avoid hitting someone? Because like this, is like very very crowded. So just do a dex roll.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't want to hit anybody.
Yes, you do not want to hit anyone.
Just straight dex 23.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely like your wings are like avoiding people as they're going out. They're like going and like
I'll open one and then like I'll open the other one and then just to kind of conserve space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Very very, very efficient wing handling. People are so like into what they're doing that they like look at you, but they're not really like, they're just laughing and telling tales and all that kind of stuff. So you're warming up. What's everybody else doing?
I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
No, please.
Sleazy's just gonna like go over by where Dahani is and try to sit in a way where she can watch the room and not have her back to the room at all. And, drop the coat and kind of lean back, like, not so subtly, be like, you could mess with me if you want to, expression on her face. But she's not being, like, overtly hostile.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody else? Ren or Gazert?
I want to check in on Dio and see how he's doing.
Okay, yeah, he's well, are you still holding his hand?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Seeing how's he doing, how's he feeling since we almost died in an avalanche, so.
Okay, he looks up at you and he says like, man, this is like a lot of people. I should go check my list and maybe I can match some like faces with some names too. So he starts to go through his bag, and he pulls out a list. The top says bounties, BOUNTEEZ on it, and he has a bunch of different names and some drawings of faces that he did. You see him kind of like looking down at the list and looking around at the crowd of people.
Can you recognize him?
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Brent?
Is there anything you recognize here?
Oh, I'm just double checking. I mean, like, I remember like on the walk here, like you kept talking about like multitasking. So I'm trying to like do like this like tavern thing, but at the same time, like we might be able to pick up a bounty or two.
Okay. Well, if we can do it in secret where it's not too obvious, you can probably try to get some bounties done for your list.
Okay. Okay. Good. One other thing. Can you give me a drink?
What kind of drink do you want?
Oh, I mean, I'm a cobalt. Like I'm not really picky. You know what I mean? So, just like give me something.
Okay. I will get you a nice cold water to quench your thirst.
He looks at you and kind of like snarls a bit, and like he says like, we just got through an avalanche. I don't want any more like water.
Well, I don't think you should be having anything that is alcohol at this point because you're trying to cross off bounties on your list, and I want to make sure that you are coherent and sober and know what you're doing when you do it. I've already had a mistake once, which was not my fault, but just saying, you have to watch out for stuff.
All right. He leans in a bit to you, Rin, and he says, like, I think that old elf is looking at us.
Oh, is there a reasoning we should look into this?
I don't know. I think we should go over there.
I guess we can. Okay, let's go over there.
All right.
See what's going on.
So he turns to the rest of the party and he says, "Hey, I think we should go over to that like really creepy old dwarf over there."
Is the officer who let us in, the like official who's is he still nearby?
Yes, he is.
I think I turned to him and was like, "Oh, friend, you said we should have a drink. Why don't I and yourself grab a few mugs of ale and we'll come meet the rest of the group where they post up."
I thought no one would ever ask.
By the way, what was your name? We did not get it in the introduction.
Southwell's the name.
How do you spell that?
How do I spell my name?
Sorry, out of character. I was like just looking at it for
Suthwell. Southwell.
Suthwell. Southwell. Oh, okay, cool.
As someone who people always ask how to spell Sharif, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, is it IF or IEF?
There's got to be 5 E's. That's the only way it makes sense.
Dude, the telemarketers are very creative when they're trying to figure out my name. Yeah.
So
actually, it's Sheriff Southwell.
Oh, the sheriff came out to greet us. I like turns to the rest of the group and like kind of make big eyes. It's like, how nice. Come, Sheriff Southwell. Let us go get some ale. Like kind of like walk off with him to wherever the bar or like that area is.
All right. As you're walking off, he says, "You seem to be a little more familiar with this place than the others, but you don't look familiar to me. Are you from here?"
Oh no, I'm not really a city person. I mainly keep to the forest to trap and to catch game to then sell in the city. This is where I work. I live out in the wilderness.
Okay, good. Because my job is to prevent the city from trouble. And we love merchants, but merchants that follow the rules. You and your group are going to follow the rules, correct?
Of course. Why would we break rules? We're here to make money.
That's a silly question.
Well, some people say they're here to make money, and some people say they're here to do other things, and it's my job to make sure.
I'm just gonna straight up lie to him and be like, "Oh no, we're just here for our business. Don't worry, it's okay.
All right.
And if you need anything, you can talk to me."
All right, make a deception roll.
Is that really lying though?
Yeah, it's like not really, but like if you're saying you're explicitly trying to lie, then yes.
Yo, we also showed up. We showed up with no goods. We have like nothing here to
no
actually
goods.
hawk. Yeah.
You have no goods.
It's fair.
This guy's 16.
Okay. All right. So like he like says, I'm glad we have an understanding.
Yes. Oh, by the way, my name is Rick Gaz. It's nice to meet you.
Rick Goss.
Yeah.
Okay, Rick Goss. Great work. I'm glad we're on the same page here.
Well, of course. We all know that prosperity only can exist in a free market, and so it's an equitable playing field.
Oh, you've been reading some Adam Smith.
Yeah.
It's just canon in this world. Yeah, absolutely.
Canon. Capitalism is canon.
Oh god.
Okay, all right. So as you're chatting it up, Rin, Duo has been trying to convince people to like go over. Dahani is still kind of warming herself, but I'll say that both you and Celeste can hear Duo when he asks you to go over. Do you go over with Rin and Duo, or do you stay near the fire?
Is that to Dahani and me, or just Dahani?
Yes, to both of you.
Oh, no, I think once I felt adequately dry, I would have joined everybody.
Okay. All right. And are you gonna go toward the elderly elf with Duo and Rin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay. And Celeste, are you gonna go over?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
go. I'm gonna go over, but be kind of wary and cautious.
Okay. All right. Gazrick, you notice that after Southwell kind of says that, he's sort of like looks like he's lost interest in you, like he's standing there kind of like with you, but like he's like facing the bar and just like drinking, like without kind of like looking at you. So you get a bit of a sense that he just wanted to tell you that. Do you want to continue to engage him, or as you see the party going over, do you want to swing over there as well, or do you want to kind of continue to engage him?
Who?
Gazrick.
I want to just sort of like kind of let him do the talking and sort of like in the movement. I think, I just want to. The less I say, the less we can get caught if we do something wrong later, I think.
Okay. All right. He basically says, "That is all. You can join your friends."
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you don't want to need to talk to anyone else, we'll be here. It was nice to meet you, Sheriff Sutwell.
Okay. All right. So everyone is making their way over to this elderly elf.
We come back with like 5 tankards of ale and one
with a bunch of ale.
Yeah, and one glass of water for Duo.
Yeah, this is as I said before. This elf is the only person that is sitting kind of by themselves. There's enough space for all of you to sit kind of near this elf. So, do you want to come over and sit with this ale? Do you want to kind of test out the situation and see if there's anything else going on, or like do you want to just sit there like, hey? What's up?
Clarification: is it an elf or a dwarf? Because you keep switching back.
Oh,
and forth.
sorry, I'm going back and forth. My bad.
I mean, if they keep morphing, it's fine. But
no, it is a dwarf.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
If they are just like this amorphous being that looks like an elf and then looks like a dwarf and looks like an elf, looks like a dwarf.
A dwarf.
A dwarf.
No, it is a dwarf. Yeah. So, do y'all want to? Yeah. How do y'all want to handle it? Just like go there and sit. Or,
Yeah,
or like try to do
Honey's just
something?
gonna sit down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit, but again, try and keep my back to a wall and not get hemmed in.
Okay. All right. And I'm assuming that Ren, you want to sit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And like Gazrick sits as well. Okay. Cool. Duo does not sit. He just kind of stands like on like the corner of the table, but he's like paying attention to like everybody. And this like dwarf cocks her head up, and she says, "Not from around here, are you?"
Oh, us? Us? Oh no. We're merchants, just traveling. So of course, got to see where we can go and what we can sell.
Merchants. These merchants happen to be from Waterdeep.
I'm from Chult.
I'm from Tarami.
I'm from down the river.
And through the woods.
Yeah.
Okay, because it definitely looks like you look like a group I've been familiar with d- during my travels. I've been up and down the Sword Coast. I'm here now, but you don't look like the normal type I see that come in here, and I need I need to work with some people that are not normally from around here, and there's some coin in it for you if you're interested.
Taking gigs for coin has gotten us in so much trouble.
Mm-hmm.
What else are we gonna take coin for though, or do gigs for though?
It was just me complaining to Hani because someone not paying certain tabs to the government is how we got in this situation. I was just complaining. Tell us more about this job.
Yeah, as you say coins in the government, you see Duo like look away, like he kind of like turns, he like turns away from the group. And then,
He
like,
should.
turns back
He should be ashamed.
around. Yeah. So the dwarf who like you can now see has like a scar on her nose. It actually looks pretty bad. It's like a pretty huge scar. And she says, Hiln Trollbane is the name. I've been all over, but in my age, I can't necessarily do what I used to do. So I like to work with people that have the youth that I once had. And I have a bunch of coin, and I'm old, and I'm looking for people to handle some things for me that I used to be able to handle myself. And as much as I saw you speaking to the sheriff over there, and as much as he is interested in protecting this area in this town, things are not always the way they seem. There have been some murders, and I've been looking into them, but I keep getting stonewalled, and I know that I can't creep around and handle things as I used to. So I'd like to see if you can look into some of these murders for me. I mean, no one cares about them. Not even the Council of Speakers cares about them, and the sheriff definitely doesn't. And you would think he would. But as I've learned in my time here, certain people get overlooked. And I have a suspicion that the authorities are involved.
Wouldn't be the first time the authorities disappeared people.
Yeah, there's one man in particular, Safik. Works for a very small traveling merchant company called Torgs. They go around to the different 10 towns and they sell their goods, but they're pretty heavily guarded. And I've been able to get around a bit, but I can't really get around too easy, so I don't leave here that often. But I could definitely give you some directions. And if you can come back to me with some proof of who did the murders, or possibly the murderer like themselves, dead or alive, we can come to an agreement. And then you see her like open up this sort of bag that like she has, that's like on her chest, and you basically see it's just filled with coins, just absolutely filled with coins. And she says, "Are you interested?"
mean, I am as an individual.
Sure.
How do the rest of us feel about this?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I always get nervous about when we meet new people. They start asking us questions, but I am interested. Yes.
Yes, I think that's a yes. That we're all interested.
Yeah. I mean, like as long as like we could split it in like in a equitable manner,
Don't
so I can
listen
apply
to
it to the manor.
A duo,
Manor,
your
manor.
anything you earn is going to pay the bills of the manor. The rest of us, we're doing work. You need to be quiet.
Alright, so Hiln is kind of surprised that you're talking to this kobold and say, what did this kobold do to earn your ire?
By this point, it's more like what he didn't do.
Well, we all have people that we work with that are like that. As long as you don't feel like there'll be any interference,
Oh, there'll be no interference.
I'll make sure that it's worth your while. Trust me, my resources are considerable.
I'll believe you. Have to earn our trust, though.
All right. And that's where we're going to end this week's episode. So we ended meeting this elderly dwarf/elf that I kept mentioning. And we are, we've in the middle of accepting a job.
It's Icewind Dale.
Yeah. And we got transported to Icewind Dale, successfully avoided an avalanche. Ren did an upwards Hadouken to do his thing, and we met Sheriff Southwell and Hiln Trollbane, and she mentioned someone named Sapphic, so we'll be finding out about that in the last few episodes. So we want to end a little bit early because we do have our next game coming up, our Gen Con game at 2:30. So if you have any questions for anyone as our characters, so any of the playable characters or the NPCs that came up in this episode, including the Ettins or the 5 Black Network folks, or a Davil, or like anybody here, I'll still say you can still talk to Headless Zaraj or Zaraj's head if you have any questions. So please put question in the chat, followed by your question, and we will get to answering in the next couple minutes before we can go off and prepare for our next game. So I was really excited to bring us to Icewind Dale. Because that is that is Wizard's next book, and Gazrick is from there, so it'll be very, very interesting things. All right, first question for Celise: is being in Icewind Dale better so far than Avernus?
The ale's better. It's not gonna damn my soul any more than I already have. But the people are a little hostile, even more than Avernus, and that's saying something. So far so good. We've got a line on a gig, and if we get to eat and sleep for a night before we go and do whatever this old dwarf wants us to do, I'll feel better.
Oh my God, we've been going for forever.
Yeah.
It's been literally like a whole day.
Yes, I would highly advise. I'll probably make us have a rest until next year. So. Cool. Yeah, because especially after every guys we just cast like a 4th level spell.
I've used all of them. I've basically used all my spell slots, which is cool, and I should not tell the DM. But yeah.
Awesome. All right. Any other questions, anyone? If not, we will go around and prepare for our next game. All right. Yeah. So I don't think there's any other questions. So let's just go around and say what's going on next, and share our socials and things like that. Starting with Tanya.
You almost called me Sleaze, didn't you?
I almost did. but I didn't.
I heard it. I heard it. I was like, ooh, that was a quick switch. My name's Tanya DePass. I'm Cypher Tier everywhere online. And actually, next week I will not be here because I am playing the Dishonored RPG for 2 days at QuakeCon, raising money for the NAACP Defense Fund. That was my chosen charity. So Saturday at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, over at Bethesda's Twitch channel. I'll be playing with a lot of friends, including DJ Knight and a few other folks, for 2 hours. And then on Sunday, at the same time as Rivals, unfortunately, I'll be playing part 2 of our Dishonored RPG. And then Thursdays, Dragon Age is back, but I won't be there this Thursday. I'm just missing all my regular shows in the upcoming week. But that's because I'm going to guest on A Darkened Wish with B. Dave Walters as the GM. So, I'm doing a lot of guesting around the internet. I stream on my own channel. I may even do the Animal Crossing special thing. Oh, and speaking of Animal Crossing, Dungeon Crossing that I do in teaching new people to play D&D with Gary Whitta, Brian Gray, Shannon Woodward, and Adam Nickerson returns August 8th. So, it's another doubleheader day for me. And we are going to see if they can survive the mine that they've gone off to. And if, they can bamboozle any more dire wolves. And that's my channel and Gary Whitta's channel at 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 Central, 1 Eastern, 11 Mountain on Saturday, August 8th. And we have a logo now.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay.
Hi everybody, I was Brandon Stennis. I played Ren Leodon. Hopefully I'll be getting back to streaming. I just launched a video game last week, so it's been kind of busy. Some stuff that's happening this week. If you are a fan of the Rooster Teeth crew, my debut with them is going to be this Thursday, so it's kind of a funny little video, so be on the lookout for YouTube on that, and then I'll be posting on social. But other than that, things are just slowly rolling and all that. Playing D&D with Rivals. So.
Hi everybody, I'm Latia Jekis. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Latia Jekis. In approximately 40 minutes, I will be running the Rivals through a spooky house of my own creation at for Gen Con Live. Everything will be fine, y'all. It's gonna be fine. So you can come and watch that in about 40-45 minutes. And then this Saturday, I do believe, I will be on a Saving Throw show. Twitch.tv/Saving Throw show. We are doing a game to support, I cannot think of the actual charity name, but it is to support Alzheimer's and Alzheimer's research, etc., etc. I don't know exactly what time that's going to be, but that is a thing. I will post it on my socials when I have the information. But other than that, you can catch me on my own channel, Latia Jekis, streaming randomness and just talking to me on Twitter.
Hey guys, I'm Masood Huck. You can find me on the internet at Marudboy, MAHRUDBOI. And when I'm not playing with the Rivals, you can catch me on Tuesday nights on the Roll20 sponsored Mythic Odysseys of Theros campaign. It's a really good time. I play a centaur named Troilus Antioch, and it's wild. We have a lot of fun. TK is our DM, and they do an incredible job. So if you have seen their work, I highly recommend it. You can find me also on Thursdays playing Once Upon a Game with Katie May on the Indoor Recess Crew Twitch channel. It's my first blind playthrough of Undertale, and the game is breaking me in the best ways. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, see what I'm up to.
Cool. And I'm Sharif Jackson. You can find me at Sharif Jackson on all social networks, SHAREEF Jackson, as well as SharifJackson.com, my website, which links to all the other stuff. Don't have anything else going on in the next couple of weeks. Oh no, I am participating in Jasper's Game Day at the end of August, so I'll be a D&D game there as well. So I believe that's the next thing I have going on. So we're gonna be out a little bit early so we can do some things, but make sure to hop on to the Gen Con Twitch channel. Let's make sure I get that channel right. which is
It's the
TV.
yes.
yes, that one. Twitch.tv/GenCon TV. So make sure to hop over there at 2:30 Central. So in about 35 minutes, and you'll see us play another game, helmed by Latia, with the Spooky House. So we will hopefully see everybody over there. If not, have a great rest of the weekend. See y'all later. Peace out.
Bye, all.